the beacon. Have you come seeking?
Pause and read.
Then, one Myru heard the whispered golden notes of the voice of wisdom herself. Athene. The goddess bid him to raise up his brethren, so they may know the favor of the gods once more.
We are Athene's chosen. We follow her path. Guide us to your blessed wisdom.
And so this Myru gifted them with Apothani heart, and the newly born Colossi found deliverance. And with the gods once more upon the mount, so did they surge towards the teeth of Naros, towards majesty.
Your prophet leads us to glory in your name. Blessed is the way of Kratos.
Holy.
You destroyed all the urns? What a relief! Their dark magic will no longer be attainable by the trolls. You can withstand these magics. Perhaps you can make use of this artifact I've uncovered. A grim shield, but strong. Oh, already?
That was not what I chose. Meant to chose it, at least. There we go.
Yes?
You have slain Kern. I now have the peace of mind to know that my wife's murderer is no longer around to torment her grave. I cannot thank you enough. I have little of my own, but take these. The gauntlets I wore when I first started carving stone. May they serve you. I miss her every day. But there is some small comfort in knowing that her death has been avenged. On your way now. Yes?
You have watered the Evenroot. Thank you, friend. I can finally set aside the burden of this work. Without you, the Evenroot surely would have died before the heir arrived. Please take this ring for your part in helping me. And by way of advice, there is a wild variant of Evenroot in these lands. Water them like you did this one, and the rewards may be of use. There is a wild variant of the Evenroot that grows throughout the teeth of Naros. You should be able to harvest them, but they will need water from the amphora, just as the main Evenroot did. Since they are wild, they require less water, but after harvesting a few, you'll have to refill the amphora to continue. Be careful outside Idylla.
How may I serve?
You have come again. Is there anything else you require?
You must be the beckoner.
Welcome to Idylla.
Beckon? It seems my preconceptions were off. But I still need your divine aid. The plague spreads. I have worked on this city for all my lifetime. The sewers that run below it are my masterpiece. But this work of art is besmirched by rats. These foul vermin run rampant in my catacombs, tainting it with their fetid presence. Try as I might, I cannot best the scourge. But you beckon it. Your divine intervention is needed. I have pinpointed a much-traveled route used by the rats and seeded it with traps that can be activated on command. Find the levers that activate those traps. They've been placed on a ledge overlooking the route. When you see the rats pass below, simply pull the levers as they approach the traps. Slay the filthy vermin. Once I hunted the rats that plague our sewers with such zeal. But I have worked myself to exhaustion and am forced to rest here. Though I rest, the rats do not. Please, find the traps I laid in the sewer and lay waste to them. Are you enjoying its splendors? This fair city is rich with them. Even in the sewers, under its gleaming exterior, lies a feat of engineering unrivaled by other cities in Amalur. I have heard that you wreaked havoc in the Lycaeus during your debates. Just as I expected from the Beckoned, you have become truly feared in the academic circle. Still, I cannot believe how formidable you are, considering your stature. I am a mason, one of many caretakers of the sewers. A hidden menace, the secret horde. Though few acknowledge them, the rats are the great threat to this city. In my younger days, I hunted the vermin with a force of will unequaled by the greatest of the theologians in the Lycaeus. I wish you well.
How long must we be tested?
Do you bring news from below? My brother? I would hardly consider Histis family anymore. He left that behind when he turned his back on civilization, like one of those marauders. What business has he sent you on, Beckoned? Is that so? Well, you can tell him that if he wants the family ring so badly, then he can come up here and claim it himself. Well, the ring is an heirloom, so to speak, but there is little wisdom in hanging on to such things, should their time be reached. It is in my chest over there. Here is the key. With my brother indisposing himself, it falls to me to keep watch over my family's estate, little though it is. Do not trouble me with such talk. I know the sins of my people well enough. We all do. Histis has the nerve to call himself a brother, living in the wilds, acting like a savage. Might as well be a marauder. Look at this place. Why would anyone choose the wilds below over this? My family has done much for this city, so we are given our own private station in these quarters. They serve well enough, but I cannot say they compare to the home we had before we came to these blasted lands. They are the lowest, colossi without faith, mindless, violent, and forever despairing. Yes, farewell. Yes.
Greetings. I hope you have had some success collecting the artifacts around the teeth of Naros. Good luck in your search.
I expected the Beckoned would arrive sooner or later. I expected the Beckoned would arrive soon.
Welcome, Beckon.
beckoned. Greetings.
Beckoned! You've returned. The rats are diminished, though some yet remain. I should warn the city to stay vigilant against them. Still, I ask that you take this as a token of my appreciation. Here is gold for your trouble. And take this amulet as well. It marks you as one of the city's illustrious sewer masons. Wear it with pride.
The gods are good to us.
Hello there, Beckoned. Been traveling in the teeth of Naros? This is Histus's research. So that must mean he is preparing to go live with the Jotun. I cannot say I completely agree with Histus's methods, but I can respect his intent with his research. Thank you, Beckoned. Wish him the best for me. I am a diplomat, so to speak. Though they lack our grace, some of the brutes of this place have in them a shred of reason. The marauders were once thinking, feeling colossi, and the Jotun were kin as well. I must try to appeal to their wisdom. Istus is a dear friend of mine, formerly a peer, but as we tried to build ties with the Jotun, well, things turned. With this city still being incomplete, I have found myself more interested in research than the gods. We have been given the light of Athene, but we should share that with as many as we can. The Jotun have old ties to the Colossi. Very old ones. We marshaled their strength for the glory of Athene before we came here. We felt ourselves their custodians, but they viewed us as masters, and their resentment only grew from there. We have earned much for our closeness with the gods, but we have a duty to share that connection with all of Amalur. The teeth of Naros is a very dangerous place. Even those that know the dangers well can still find themselves at its mercy, or lack thereof. Hello there.
So you have completed the tasks, but I do not see Corina. Then her choice is made. Well, there is no more putting this off. I must take my leave. Well, the Jotun go with bare feet, so I will as well. Take my sandals, Beckoned. They may be of some use to you. Perhaps you are right. The Jotun are not exactly the most reasonable of creatures when it comes to outsiders. I suppose I could wait and observe them a bit longer before I make an attempt to live with them. Thank you for your help, Beckoned. You truly speak with the wisdom of Athene. There's not really enough space in the... This camp for two.
Now that you have placed the litanies at the litany altar and activated their magic, any other litanies you may come across will be helpful to you. Here is one I found while you were searching for the 5 to place at the litany altar. Take it as a reward. Thank you for your help, Beckoned. You've restored the magic of the shrine. Now the patrols and I can finally make use of it. And you as well, of course. Be careful on your travels.
I almost did not see.
Another day in this forsaken land.
Well done, Beckoned. The Masons tell me the pressure in the cisterns has yielded. It seems we have you to thank yet again. Please take this in thanks. Well, I expect that someone in the teeth got a nasty shock if they were hit with the runoff from the cisterns. Thank you for your help. Aye, we get them now and again. But when a primal sprite shows up, well, that's a problem of a different sort. Well done, Beckoned. The nest of primal sprites and their thralls has been removed. Please take this as a token of Idilla's gratitude. The little nits are taken care of, I take it. Good, then. Who needs them?
Beckoned,
You have come again. Is there anything else you require? Very well. I shall endeavor to reward you for your labors.
Blessings of peace.
I must thank you again for your aid, my friend. But there are more rats to deal with.
I almost did not see you. Greetings. I hope you have had some success collecting the artifacts around the Teeth of Naros. They are strewn throughout the Teeth of Naros. They may be hidden in forgotten corners or carried by beasts as trophies. Be careful with them.
I expected the beckoned would arrive. Yes, beckoned.
How may I serve?
Another day in this forsaken land.
We cannot waste time. There does not appear to be much here, but we have to be thorough. We should try near the Shrine of Athene. Anakatos prizes her above all else. I would wager he keeps his secrets with her. Be cautious in these lands.
Anakatos make this record in penance for my disappointment of the Supreme Goddess Athene, in hopes that I may return to her favor, and that I could help my people find her strength once more. I have committed several acts that may have angered her, and now I purge myself of them so I might find her grace again.
What is it?
Beckoned. Not time. Seek. Primus. Below.
I am afraid we have dishonored my master, Arcades. He is a pious man who has always sought to serve, and we use the power of his position to force us on.
Hold a moment. These are bodies of colossi. What are they doing here? Wait. I recognize some faces. Belfron. Amandia. These were great colossi, all viable competitors for the role of Primos at one time or another. I do not like the implications of this. What has Anakatos wrought? Farewell.
Trespassers, you are too late! The council already lies dying in the torture chambers, and the Jotun slaves will soon be butchered as the master ordered. Come, brothers and sisters, let us deal with these curs.
I found these curious blades on one of my opponents. Your agility might suit them. Now, we must make clear what that cultist said. The council must be important, something that could help us find a flaw in his plan perhaps, or learn more about the cipher and the Hyperion. But there are also the slaves. They will be killed if we don't save them. But if the council is dying, we must choose who we see to first. I do not know what the council is, but I have had enough surprises today. I only hope that we can find it of use. I can only imagine what labors Anakatos had them perform. Could this have been the cause for Garank's war? I know what this place is now. These travesties, these heresies, these are what Anakatos truly is. I do not believe so. The Council is dying if Anakatos' dogs are to be believed, and the slaves are to be executed. I am unsure who we should be trying to help, but you are the beckoned of Athene. I must defer this choice to you. So decide. Do we go to the slave pens and help the slaves? Or do we go to the torture chambers to try to find Anakatos' council before it dies? Very well. Are the torture chambers, it seems. Anakatos' council lies on this antechamber. Is this where he conducted?
Finally the day has come. The wait has been long and nearly unbearable. But at last, you are here. Before my strength has fled me, ever since the day I brought ruin to my people. I thought this burden was my punishment. It seems I have not survived for my sake, but for yours. It is a joy to see you beckoned. I have much to tell you, and I do not have much time left. It is what Anakatos calls me. For though his faith runs deep, his knowledge of the gods' will is malformed. You must have seen the travesties this false prophet has wrought in the name of my people. And now, the Hyperion is his. We must focus on the Hyperion. The gods brought you here because you can answer the riddle of my people's fate. You, and you alone. The power to change fate. That is the role of the beckoned. To serve the gods and unbind my people. But Arno Kato's schemes. Though he will not receive the favor of Athene, he is not ready for the Hyperion. He will bring destruction. Ah, it is too soon. But I have left the answers long before. Find Sikandra. Ask her about our last day. And tell her I am sorry.
Arcades. I had always... He had died. He had died years ago when the gods rebuked him and our people. It was truth. Anakatos had him alive and tortured. I watched him die years before. All that was left of him was a circlet. A circlet. There was much he should have answered for in his lifetime. But what we saw in Nyxaros, he didn't deserve it. He didn't. I'm sorry we could do nothing to help the slaves, but their suffering is over now. There is small comfort in that. Our last day. The day... Could it mean the last day that I saw him? The last day we spoke? Before the Hyperion tragedy, he asked me to escort him through the wilds, to the shrines outside the city, the shrines of earth and air. He told me to remember them when times seem bleak. I thought nothing of it, but could he have known about this? About now? Because I am his daughter. It was known to many, and it used to be a bond of pride. And he taught me the wisdom of a primos. But then, Arches brought down the wrath of the gods. I thought that was how faith was always rewarded. Very well. I have seen more than I ever needed to here. But at least, we found out what we needed to know. Arches. This is larger. Across the years this event now stretches. But Arches has left us with the knowledge to finish it. It is an ancient place high in the teeth of Naros. I do not understand its significance. But we need answers, not more riddles. Let us unravel this as quickly as we can. The fate of my people is at stake. My father died in service to his gods, for whatever love they might have shown him. But for all the anger I've held towards him, I'm glad I was there. I don't know why Arches spoke of this. Apparently, it's necessary for unsealing the Hyperion. But how? I was expecting answers from Nyxaros, and we're only getting more questions. Something is wrong. Anakatos wishes to destroy Idylla, but how close is he to his goal? The task is clear. We need to... Ah! My head! Can you feel it? Something is wrong. This magic... Anakatos has done something. We must return to the city. We might be too late. Something grave has happened. I can feel it in my body. I fear Anakatos may have accomplished his goal. Very well. The city seems intact, but still, the henge has already become disrupted. Anakatos has sealed us from the city. It is only a matter of time before he finds a way to destroy Idylla. We must find what Arcais spoke of, and quickly. Arcais requested specifically that we go to the shrines of earth and air on the last day we spent together. There are 2 sites in the wilderness, touched by the gods, one in the peaks of the Teeth, and the other in its canyon. These were called the Shrines of Earth and Air. I thought nothing of them, but Arcais knew. He must have known this day would come, when we needed them. I cannot say for sure, but there is more than coincidence here. That Arcais showed these places to me, that he mentioned them as he died. But we have little else to act on, and with every moment the chance of Anakatos' calamity occurring grows greater. It rests in the Teeth of Naros, but south of the Hyperion and the city. It is nestled between the great crags of rock that make these mountains. Be cautious in these lands.
Beckoned. Thou hast gone.
These... I doubt that anyone has walked these halls since they were first shaped. I wonder if the words Arcais spoke were true. It must be somewhere among the ancient stones. I can feel a powerful magic in this place. Can't you? It is heavy, like some huge burden. The Shrine of Air is a holy site we found nestled in the highest peaks of the Teeth of Naros. We found a stone there, the same material as that of the Hyperion itself. But we never knew why the gods left such a marker. It lays in the crags of the Teeth of Naros, in the shadows of the great rocks. There is a stone there that resembles the Hyperion in its own way. We don't know why the spot was marked the way it was. Perhaps we will finally find out. I do not know for sure. When Arcais came here with me years before, he said this of the Earth Shrine. The earth is dark and heavy, and dangers hide unseen. Accept the light in darkness, for it knows the way. A light in this gloom is welcome, but I would not wander too far off the path. Be cautious in these lands. What can I do? Something feels strange, Beckoned. When you harnessed the Earth Shrine, my limbs never held more strength. You look more whole, and I can feel the magic pouring through this land already. We must be close. The Hyperion waits. It waits in the higher peaks of the Teeth of Naros. But I have a feeling that Anakatos knew that we would find them. I don't know how easy this will become, but we have to keep going. I can only imagine that is what Arcais meant. But though I can say that much, I still do not know what we're dealing with. Come, if we need the Air Shrine to unlock the Hyperion, then we must go. Remarkable. It looked like the Hyperion in its own way. The gods, when they made the Hyperion, They must have left this as well. But it felt entirely different. Like if I touched it, I would suddenly collapse under my own weight. Very well. Let us finish this.